Yeah, I just thought I'd do a non-playing video today. I've just come back from Czech Republic and went over to Germany for just like 3 or 4 days for a bit of a chill really. And I just wanted to talk about the importance of having breaks in your playing and how I think that can really benefit you for progress. So I've always been very obsessive, as I know probably a lot of you are too, in practice, and it can get to a point where you do so much that frustration starts to kick in, especially when you find you don't feel like you're progressing yourself, because we measure it, don't we, all the time, and it can get very frustrating, and it can just get so annoying. You just want to quit sometimes. That's my dog there. Just have a little break yourselves. But yeah, just wanted to talk about how it's benefited me later on in my playing. How putting the guitar down sometimes can really actually help you with progress. In terms of just having a fresh head every time you go to the guitar. So like growing up, I was very obsessive in practice, and would practice hours a day, 7-8 hours a day, that usual stuff. But in the last, I would say 4 or 5 years, my practice has been very sort of focused in terms of practicing the important things. And what I mean by that is practicing your weaknesses. So we've all been there when we've said, oh yeah, we've put 7-8 hours in of practice, but we've actually noodled for those 8 hours. And if we're honest with ourselves, it's not really practice. We're noodling, we're mucking around, maybe playing over backing tracks or whatever. So to understand good practice for me anyway, it's always about practicing your weaknesses. So whether you can fit in 20 minutes or an hour a day, if you're practicing stuff you're not very good at, or not very good, but you find you're weaker at, whether that would be improvisation, fretboard visualization, alternate picking, legato, anything like that. If you're finding that is a struggle for you, then have that as your focal point. Use that, because I'm telling you now, you will progress a lot quicker if you can practice your weaknesses rather than just noodling for 8 hours a day. It's not about the time, it's what you actually practice. In the last 5-6 years, that has been a real focal point for me, and I've seen the biggest progression in that time doing that, rather than saving when in my teens when I was practicing a lot, but I didn't have a structure to my practice. What I want to talk about with the breaks is being away for 4 days. I would normally take a guitar with me because I'd get so anxious not being able to practice, and I think I'm going to lose everything. I'm going to lose my chops, I'm going to lose my ability on the instrument. And it was a thing in my head really, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to as well. But those 4 days away and not touching the instrument, going back to it, you become so refreshed and you start to see things maybe you didn't see the last few days. And that time away gives you that, your time to decompress as well and relax, which I think is as important. And just listen to music. We don't always have to have a guitar in hand to educate ourselves and to progress. So really, I really advise to just take that time away sometimes. Get outside, if you've got a dog, or go for walks or do something else, because you think it will hinder your process, but it actually, I think, for me anyway, it does improve it, because when you do go back to your instrument, you are really refreshed, you're very focused, that frustration is gone, and I just think you're just more with it. You've given that time to rest and recuperate. Imagine if you were running every day, if you did a marathon every day, or that's quite impossible, your body just gives up and you're just going to be so fatigued. And it's the same with the instrument. It's such a mental thing. And we're always trying to progress. Yeah, we're all on that journey, but you have to give your time and, you know, give yourself that time out, because when you do go back, it is more focused and you end up, I think, progressing further. And just, that's my best advice I can give to you. Keep your practice focused, practice your weaknesses, and take your time with it. It's not a race, you know. There's no start and end time where we want to finish it. Be patient with it and understand you're going to suck, you know. That's the main thing. If there's things you don't know, you're going to suck at them, but that's the whole part of it. No one has ever, you know, done it and got it straight away. You know, some people might get it quicker and some people might understand concepts quicker, but we are all on the same path, and we have to be able to be patient with it. You know, I've been playing a very long time. There's people who've been playing longer and longer than me, but you have to, I think if you keep your practice focused and not have that frustration with yourself a lot, you'll continue to make good steps. Okay, so, but yeah, just thought I'd share that today. I haven't done a video for a while, because since I've been back, I've just been practicing myself and just trying to get back into it, as you feel the rust after 4 days. And I think that's the important thing as well. When I mean having breaks, I don't mean practicing once and then taking a whole week off, you know. I mean, if you are very reluctant in your practice and you're consistent and you're playing a lot, a day, 1 day or 2 days off is not going to hurt at all. So what I would say is give yourself a bit of time off and be a bit nicer to yourself. So but anyway, thought I'd share that. I'm going to be doing some more lesson stuff this week as it sort of dies down towards Christmas and I've got a bit more time. But yeah, hope that sort of makes sense, or I'll kind of waffled. But I just thought I would share a non-guitar related playing video, and hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the week.